Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Andrea,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. The consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
I'll second.
Rick,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Andrea,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. All right. So tonight, principal's report. Mrs. Anderson,
So that's great.
1 minute in, let's go.
Okay. All right, congratulations to our athletes of the week for the past month, Colby Hightower for soccer, Jameel Johnson for football, and Charlie Cox for volleyball. Also want to throw in here that Alex Fouch got second in sectionals and oh my God, plays golf in the state tournament tomorrow. So we're having a clap out for him in the morning and he heads for the state tournament tomorrow. So it's super exciting.
Where's that at?
Bloomington.
Bloomington?
Yeah, I Bloomington, yeah. I'm not a golfer. Like I say, I'm sure they threw the actual name of the golf course at me and I'm like, cool, I don't know where that is. Homecoming was the week of September 29th through the 4th. The theme this year was Candyland. We started the week by having our seniors paint their parking spots. They looked awesome. We have some amazing artists among our students. If you haven't been able to see them without cars in them, drive through when it's not so full. And
How many kids painted them?
I think by the time we were done, we had like 35. Yeah.
More than what's been.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, by far. We then filled our week with hallway decorating, soccer, volleyball, football, Ironman, powder puff, dress up days, the parade, and various other homecoming activities. We ended the week with a win at our football game against South Fulton and our homecoming dance on Saturday night. Our homecoming court this year, freshman attendants were Nevaeh Cleatwell and Cooper Stevens. Sophomore attendants were Josie Featherland and Colin Jennings. Junior attendants were Jocelyn Camp and Carson Steele. Senior attendants were Abby Pegg and Carter Struth. And the homecoming king and queen were Anna Servant and Ben Jansen. I felt like celebrity driving Ben Jansen through the streets. No offense to Anna, but everywhere we went in the parade, it was.
Everybody feels great for Ben. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
happy
Like
for Ben.
he's and yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to Mr. Pevitz and the Student Council for all their hard work they put into homecoming this year. Congratulations to junior class on winning the homecoming competition this year. AAHS will begin after school tutoring for students starting October 13th next week. That's technically part of our 21st century grant that we've got. We don't have a 21st century program coordinator yet. So Shelly is, as part of ALOP, is just going to go ahead and start that program for us because it was the most important piece I wanted to start as soon as possible. So she's going to go ahead and start the tutoring for us. She's already organized the people, got it going. So we're going to start that next week. So and then I put some upcoming important dates. We have a blood drive on the 20th being hosted by the Student Council, picture retakes, parent-teacher conferences. Oh, that Halloween party's not happening. You can take that off there. And that's it. Any questions?
Thank you. Mrs. Sherpy?
All right, good evening. We are working on respect for our character counts for this month. We're also having our Perfect Pastries fundraiser that is going to be due on this Friday, and orders will be able to be picked up on the 29th at school. Our enrollment, we've had 4 additional students beheading, so that puts our numbers at 368. Halloween parties will be taking place on October 29th. Due to us having off the 30th and the 31st. Parties will be at 1:30, parades at 2:30. If you want to come see some kids dressed up and want to, watch them parade around the block, come on over. Parent-teacher conferences will be held 10:28 and 10:29 from 4:30 to 7:30. Signups are going out to parents now. We have our students of the month for September. Kindergarten was McKenna Snyder. First grade was Cadence Sargent. Second grade was Elena Miller. Third grade was Karev Mosher. Fourth grade was Cora Fisher. Life skills was Justice Reed. The Abingdon Road Knights came to our school and presented a check for $500 for student lunches. And Mrs. Mouse class won top attendance for September. So excited about that at 97%. Land of Smiles came today, the dental program, and put on an assembly for our students. I did not know this, but 42% of third grade students across the nation have the most cavities and abscess in their mouths. So they passed out lots of toothbrushes, dental floss, toothpaste to the kids. So that was exciting. They were all enjoyed. Miss Maher was the Abingdon-Avon Public Schools Foundation Teacher of the Month. Mrs. Gladfelter and I attended the WIU Career Fair on October 7th to try to get some educational candidates to come to A-Town. And we had a whole bunch of HOCO week fun along with the high school. That's all I have. Any other questions?
How'd the career fair go?
Oh, we had a lot of graduates from 27 and then 29. I thought it was I thought it was weird. But we handed out at least 20 postcards of what positions were looking to be filled and information about our school district. So
Cool.
that was exciting.
Sure. Ms. Carter?
All right. I'd like to start with a big congratulations to the Abingdon-Avon Middle School staff on receiving a commendable state designation for the 24-25 school year. We also participated in homecoming week. Students did some spirit days that included class color day, twin day, decades day, student teacher swap, and then of course we wrapped up spirit wear on Friday. Many of our students were in the parade and or attended to show support for their classmates. Stacy Ebert was our Abingdon-Avon Public School Foundation's Teacher of the Month for October. We got our new furniture in the 400 wing. It's been delivered and set up, so it looks similar to the other rooms in this section of the building. The art room furniture will be here within the next couple weeks. Sunday, October 5th, Katie Jennings and I went to the Avon Village Public Safety Meeting to speak about the SRO program we plan to bring to the middle school. The committee did seem receptive of having a full-time officer and bringing an SRO into the school, working with the village. They're going to talk it through, ask questions, reach back out to us, and then they have a committee meeting at the end of the month. So we gave them sample MOUs for them to look at from like Bushnell and other small towns so they could see what that looks like for them. October 2nd was Custodians Day. We appreciate all that Tim, Trevor, Allison, and Coy do to keep our building shiny and clean. And the end of the quarter is approaching quick. So middle school students will change wheel classes. The rest of student grades will remain the same because they are only graded on their core classes through the semester. So the only final grade they'll have is the wheel class. Everything else that you see posted will be their midterm grades. At the end of the quarter, we'll do our gold, silver, or bronze card for incentives. Some of the incentives the students get is free admission to games, snacks, lining up first for lunch, and a lot of other various incentives throughout the quarter. And then I also included a list of upcoming events. Yes.
No, I was fly.
was shooting a fly.
Oh,
I actually hit it.
Yes.
It may have landed on you.
All right. Any questions?
Can I have an add-on before she goes?
Yeah.
Okay. My teacher of the month was Viennese Ewing, who is our cross-cat teacher. She's done an amazing job. She's brand new to us.
What's her first name?
Viennese.
Okay.
She's an amazing teacher. And I also wanted to congratulate the high school on being commendable. So we got our
Next, okay.
It's interesting.
I sent all of this, my report to you, so you could look at our counselor data so far. So this was the usage, report from September 16th, which was launch day, through September 30th. So just basically a couple weeks. And during this time, as you can see, staff had 18 accounts created. So this is the kind of reporting that I'm going to get monthly from counselors so that we can see how many students or staff are actually using it. Of course, it doesn't give us, names or anything like that. But how many are using it? What, why? Kind of the reasons, because when they connect with a counselor on there, they have to put why, because we have counselors, of course, that have expertise in different areas that will connect with them. And it doesn't show on here, but it will even tell us in the reports that we get, like what days, it breaks it down into a pie chart, what days have the most students. It just breaks it down into percentages of the days and even the times during the day. So I could look and see that right now, it's Wednesday and Saturday that are the big days for it being used. And the time frames were at 5 o'clock and also then at 10 o'clock. And so I'm thinking that's probably on the weekend. I'm guessing they're probably not at school, at that point in time. And so that information is really kind of interesting to see, you know, when the kids are using it. But I don't know if any of you printed this off, but we had 30 high school students who had accounts created. 10 sessions have taken place during this 2-week time period. Middle school students, 54 accounts created, 18 sessions took place. And like I said, staff, 18 accounts created and 3 sessions had taken place. And like they said, they had in bold on the report for the students, staff, and middle school that importantly, 100% of the individuals who had sessions reported they were first-time care seekers who had never previously sought mental health support. So that just shows the importance of having this available for staff because they just don't have access to these resources otherwise. So I'm really excited. We're going to keep encouraging students and staff to that if they haven't signed up. You know, nobody is forced to do this by any means, but it's available to them to use if they should want to. So any questions about counselor so far?
About what?
About counselor?
No.
The
Not
counselor app.
about that.
And would you guys like me to share this information monthly with you or just
I'd
kind
like
of
to,
see?
yeah.
Sure. Okay. Our curriculum committee, we met last night with the AEMS math teachers and discussed curriculum assessments, assessment data, and next steps for continued growth. Sue Chittum from ULLC, who's kind of our math expert that ULLC sends us. She was a math teacher all of her career and then also a principal after that. She is going to be meeting with teachers monthly, virtually, but also coming out to us in person on October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th to also work with both middle school and high school teachers. And reason for that being, remember, our funding for ULC comes from our community schools grant, which is just for our middle and high schools.
So has she been one of the ladies that's been here
She's the one that's
before?
been, yep,
Okay,
she's the
I
one
can't
that's been
keep track
coming.
of all the,
She's been with me. She was with me down here the entire time.
okay.
Yeah, she had, in previous years, she started working with Sean and Kim
Yes.
at the high school and they absolutely love her and have really done some great things with working with her. And so now that we have continued money through the community schools grant for her to be able to work with middle school as well as high school, so we get some continuity between the two buildings.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We talk about this math and making changes. Over the years, I mean, we talk about test scores and that seems to be our main concern. Which I could care less about. the
I
test.
know, Greg.
I know, they mean nothing to
I
me.
know.
How long have we had Eureka Math?
We have had Eureka Math at it was right around 2018, 2019 for, well, I shouldn't say that. At the grade school, it was purchased, I think, in 2017, 2018 year. And then the middle school in 2018 and 2019, correct me if I'm wrong, that was the year they were targeted in math and in special ed that year.
1819.
In 1890. And so then that following year is when we purchased Eureka for the middle school as well, for it to go on up through 8th grade.
Okay,
Yeah.
through all those years, I mean, all of you go through the test scores,
Sure.
but.
Oh, yeah.
You go.
I love it.
Have we seen any bump in
Yeah,
proficiency?
Yeah, because I took the middle school when I was here. We went
Right.
from lowest performing to commendable.
Okay,
So, yeah, definitely. And then we got targeted. We were originally targeted or whatever you want to call it
and I
for
remember that.
math and
Yeah.
special ed.
Oh,
So
here's
we
the
took those
example.
scores and raised them up high enough
Yeah.
to get.
Here's
back up to
an
commendable.
example of the letter that was sent that has the scores. So here's 2018, 2019, right here. And as you can see in 2018, 2019, the grade school had it. So here's third,
Right.
fourth, and fifth.
Right,
The middle school did not. Okay,
okay,
here, then we had COVID. Okay, so
Right.
there was nothing that year. Then here we had, this is when we came back from COVID. And here we go. Now keep going, keep
Yeah.
going. Oh, look here.
So we had a nice little bump from 23, 24 to 24, 25. Little drop there to there. Okay. And you know, and
Yeah.
my question, and it really
Sure.
is, because the state of Illinois is looking at other options. Because we know our
Yeah,
math scores are,
I don't know what the state of Illinois, I mean, we haven't
well,
heard
neither does
anything.
the state of Illinois doesn't
Right.
either.
But Rick, I don't make the rules, I just have to. follow
I
my
know
rules.
you have. I'm not saying that. Has it ever crossed our minds that maybe Eureka Math may be the problem?
Well, that's a good question right there. First of all, those scores would show that not to be the case. Also, it is the most widely used curriculum in the nation for grade school kids and the second most widely used for middle school in the entire nation. And so it also comes as one of the highest rated by Ed Reports curriculum that's out there.
So, but aren't math scores throughout the nation low?
Yeah, but if math scores throughout the nation are low, that tells me there's really nothing out there curriculum wise that would help us.
Oh, I hate that thought.
No, I don't, and I will tell you, and I don't think it's the curriculum, right? Because we're seeing the gains that we're seeing. Also, for us to really, really know if it's curriculum or not, we have to get to where we're eliminating all the variables that are there. And for teachers to utilize the curriculum as is, because otherwise, if they're not, do we really know it's the curriculum?
Right.
We
Oh,
don't.
I'm not
We don't.
disagreeing
Yeah,
with you
no, we
at
don't.
all.
We can't make a determination if it's actually curriculum if we don't have all teachers on board teaching the curriculum as is and having some consistencies between grade levels on how they're using it. So I would say we can't tell for sure at this time if it's the curriculum. I don't believe it is. But what I do see is that our math scores are going up. Yeah, our math
Yeah,
scores are going
last
up
year you could
consistently.
see
Yeah,
that our math
consistently,
score-
our math scores are going up. Yes.
So
So-
my question to both of you, once again, how do we control the confusion that a lot of our kids are going through? How do we fix that
Oh, the confusion the kids are going through as far.
with the math and basically the pace and all that?
Well, I don't know that necessarily it's confusion because K through 5, we've used Eureka for a long time and we've just, that's the way it's been. And
Right.
they do it just like it is and there's never really, but that's what they got used to. In middle school, things were a little bit different. That's not necessarily what has been happening, was using the curriculum as is. And so anytime you make a change and you do something different than what you've been doing before, of course, kids and or teachers are going to respond a little bit differently than they had in the past because that's not what they're used to doing. And so I think with just getting used to doing the curriculum as is, eventually they'll get onto it. Because I've been around a long time. I can remember, yeah, I know, I've been around a long time. This is not new. This is not new. When we first got, oh Lord, a lot of years ago, about this third year I was principal, we had no reading curriculum whatsoever when I started there, none. So we brought in good old Pearson Reading Street. And that's what the teachers chose at that time. And by God, did we have people going bananas. This is too hard for our kids. Our kids can't do this. We had parents in this vocabulary and these assessments. The reading is too hard in these books for our kids. They can't do it. And you know, it was really interesting. By year 2, they could do it. because we stayed the course and they could. Same thing when we changed to the new Saxon method. It had the same thing. This is too hard for our kids. By God, it expects our kids to know stuff that they should know. They're a year ahead. All of our kids, it's teaching stuff that's a year ahead. Our kids can't do this. Funny thing, by the next year they could. It
Go ahead.
that's just how it went. Anytime you make a change like that, and that's going to up the rigor, there's going to be some growing pains. It just is.
I
There's-
don't have a problem with upping the rigor. I don't have a problem with pushing in, none whatsoever. What I have a problem with, I want to make sure that they're understanding. I know they do the end of module tests.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree they can still do that. But is that a just way of knowing if,
Well, how we're measured, here, and I know, close your ears, because you're not gonna like to hear this. We're measured by the state of Illinois.
I know what we're
And
measured
we
by.
get our designation from the state of Illinois. And then they decide if we don't do well enough and we're targeted like they were at that point in time, then then they come in and tell us what we're gonna be doing. And we have no choice.
We don't see
Correct.
improvement.
If we
Well-
don't have growth, right? So we really would prefer that not happen.
well,
Yeah, we really would prefer that not happen. And so to do that, then we have to continue to up the rigor to keep kids growing, because we don't stay commendable just because we went up this year and we're showing growth. We don't stay commendable unless we continue to show growth. We have to keep showing growth every year. Otherwise, we don't stay commendable.
okay, now where the state's lowering the scores to be considered proficient,
Mhm. That was nice of them.
what's that gonna tell? Yeah, but what's that gonna tell us then? Do
Right.
we know?
Huh?
Do we really know where they've lowered?
No, they did. They lowered, it was minimal what they lowered the, cut scores or
Yeah.
proficiency
It didn't
scores.
help us.
No.
Well, it just very little. I
Mhm.
mean, very little. We were talking like a point or two. It didn't make that big a difference. But I don't know. They never really gave a reason why they chose.
It helps
Well,
Chicago
yeah,
Public
I
Schools.
read
Huh?
why.
It helps Chicago Public Schools.
It's-
That's what
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
Yes,
what it
yeah,
did.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was basically
Yeah,
the reasoning behind it.
I'm not really sure why they chose to do that, but yeah, so.
Okay,
But we learned, one of the things, and Andrea and Sarah can comment on this. One of the things that was really good about this meeting is we know anytime we do up the rigor, we've got to look at some things that also have to change to help our students. And I think we got some really good ideas and comments from them about, and Jess, I know is gonna work, I'm trying to build in some time for kids so that they can get extra help. I know you're also trying to get the 21st century tutoring going as well, because it is hard for kids when you're making that change and you're expecting that they have to do more difficult work, that they don't have, there's not that extra built-in time for help.
And unfortunately, us as parents don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
I'm,
I understand, yeah,
Yeah.
well, especially like, what, we get the 8th grade, that math is really,
Yeah.
really hard.
We're loving it.
Huh?
We're loving it.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's, yeah,
Hey,
it's really,
ChatGPT,
it is hard for
hey.
parents to be able to help their kids, they can't.
because we didn't do that. We were in school, so
No, yeah, so yeah, I think we learned a lot from teachers last night about things that,
Have a lot of good feedback from
They
the
did.
tutors on what they thought would be helpful and
yep,
And the teachers
What's the difference,
themselves.
Michelle, from what they're learning in K through 5? Well, let's just say 5th grade. 5th grade, then they go into middle school where you're ramping it up. How much change is
Well,
there?
I wouldn't say, well, Anthony, math really, it just builds on itself, as you know,
Right.
year after year after year, and you have to, I would say in K through, well, really for the most part, K through 5, I would say, you're learning a lot of really foundational skills. Of course, your adding, subtracting.
Everything that builds into the
Place
next
value.
part, yeah.
By the time they're in fifth grade, they're really working with fractions and decimal values. and those types of
Abstractions.
things. Yeah. And, once kids get into sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, that's when you start to really, you have to really know those foundational concepts pretty well to be able to transfer into doing like ratios and proportions and linear equations and, those types of things.
So
It
that's
does.
something they may have missed out on before going into this, that they're
It's
lacking.
quite possible. We do know that it, for a lot of kids still, when they get up into fifth and sixth grade, they don't have their math facts, down verbatim. It makes it a lot more difficult. I mean, to multiply and divide fractions, you gotta know your math facts. And so it is a struggle for some kids. It really is.
I got
And
a
think-
question.
Yeah.
What happens if we have a kid coming into this district who didn't have Eureka Math? How do we support that kid that is coming in brand new?
Well, typically when somebody comes in from another district, we're going to use like star testing. And they're gonna be, because that gives us a benchmark of where they're at, okay? And if the star testing that they do, it benchmarks them anywhere from the first percentile to up to the 25th percentile, they'll be able to get services through our MTSS people, which is like RTI, same thing. And so they would be able to get services through them, and those typically, like if it's tier 2, they'll get 20 to 30 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, depending upon their need. And so if a student would test, like I said, below the 25th percentile, they will get that help with extra time throughout the week.
Having had two daughters that came in here, that we had everyday math at both my last stops. They did a really good job here of giving them a diagnostic so they knew where they were and how to place them in what classrooms and what support to provide. We couldn't have been happier for that. And Juliet Graff was my youngest's first math teacher, knew exactly where she was. And then I think Lujan was Alicia's, and they knew where they did a really good job with that. I think that's something we worry about that all the time. It was a different curriculum.
And
And
it is a little harder for kids to
Yeah.
come in, from somewhere when they do have a different curriculum, but that happens whenever a kid moves.
And
I
ju-
mean, yeah,
I'll give you a little parent thing too. If you're looking for an additional, every module, if you go on YouTube, there's a teacher on there that's done the 7th and 8th all the way down. They do the lesson right there for you. They do it over. They go through it section by section, their way, obviously. But so I was helping my daughter the other night, and I said, well, let's bring this up. And so, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. And so I brought it up and we did it together, and it helps her in her Catherine way. But it helped me because it gave me a resource to go to. And this isn't even affiliated with a company. If you go to YouTube and just put it in there, it can help. It's very helpful.
The workbooks that are provided through Eureka Math also have, like, they have their practice problems, and then 2 pages before the practice problems are how to, like, it's like a parent page that you can read it, look at it, it gives you a practice problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does have that.
What were you gonna say earlier, Jess, about the teachers, the meeting?
Oh, the teachers, when we asked them what they thought about their curriculum, all of them said they like the
Yeah,
curriculum.
every one of them said that. they liked the curriculum.
Every one of them said that they liked it. So that is something to,
We have adjusted that curriculum too, because when I was here, we had just Eureka Math. And then somewhere along the way, we transitioned to Eureka Math Squared, which is the quote unquote light version of it. So it just takes off. What we found when we first took it on was it's very heavy. It's a very heavy curriculum. And they were like, it's so heavy, we can't even begin. So it took out some of the I don't want to say fluff, but some of the,
Well, it just made it so they can teach it in 170.
correct. So, and they asked for that and we made that happen. We got them the lighter version to fit into but it still covers all the Illinois state standards and what they need to cover for their grade level, because it is still the line of those standards. So,
I wanted to add
yes,
one thing.
David.
So Perry's a junior at Iowa State, and he's an engineering major, and he's a straight A student all through A-Town. And when we talk about challenging these kids, I am all for it, because he's telling me he's behind some of these kids that are in his engineering classes.
Christy ran into someone who graduated last year at the football game, didn't you?
Yeah. So, well, as a mom of a girl that's in college right now,
Right.
I can tell you the same thing. Chemistry about kicked her butt. And a lot of it was that she didn't have a significant science teacher who was teaching her, like, we didn't up the rigor there, right? Well, the other night at the football game, I had one of our recent graduates, just graduated in May, come up to me. I'm like, how are classes going? What are you doing? And she's like, oh my God, I already had to drop my math class. And I'm like, what? She's like, I'm failing my math class. She's like, I wasn't ready for college math. And I'm like, crap. Okay. Like, but those are the things I need to know so that I know what we need to do to up our game and help kids like her get, and she's at Cross Amber. So, I mean, that's a local, like a lot of our kids go there. That's concerning to me. So those are things that I want to make sure that we're upping the rigor to keep them ready for that next step, whether it's job, career, or college.
Yeah, this may sound like a pipe dream, but I don't believe any student should leave a town to go to college and have to take a remedial math class. That's my goal.
No,
is
that would
that doesn't
absolutely-
I
happen.
had to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's my.
Absolutely
but-
my
but-
goal.
But
You
that's,
have credit
that's
for
my
it.
Yep.
goal, that doesn't happen to other students.
and
Um,
I think we all want to challenge the kids.
Yeah.
I think it's how do we do it to where they feel comfortable and
Well, they're not gonna
understand.
be, they're not.
Well,
gonna be
understand
comfortable.
the curriculum.
It's not gonna be comfortable to begin with, Chauncey. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna tell you, because anytime that something gets harder, it isn't comfortable. I mean, think of anything you do as an adult that is more difficult than you've done before. It's working out. When it's harder, it's not comfortable. So they're not gonna be comfortable at first. And, what hasn't changed, what you gotta understand is the curriculum itself hasn't changed. What they're teaching has not changed at all for several years. They're teaching the same thing as they taught the kids last year and the year before that and the year before that. It's the exact same content. The only difference that is happening is that they're taking the end of module system, which is more, it is more difficult, but the reason they're taking it is because it is the types of questions and aligned with the types of questions they're going to have on IAR. The questions that they get on, like the topic quizzes that come, are lower level questions. There's something in education called depth of knowledge. And so you have depth of knowledge levels on the questions that you have on assessments. And they go 1 through 4. Depth of knowledge 1 is your most basic knowledge level question, up to 4 where you're doing more of an analysis. And on IAR, you have a mix of all of those type of questions, where, and same thing on an end of module assessment as compared to like the topic quizzes that come with Eureka as well, are all level 1 and 2. And so that's fine that they give them if they want to for some formative assessment, but it's not going to prepare kids for the type of questioning that they're going to have on IAR. And I just don't think it's fair to send kids to, here, go take IAR, but we've never given you any experience on the types of questions that you're going to see on there, and they have to answer on there. And so we want to kind of put them in a good position to be able to do their best when they get to that test. And it gives us a lot of information on what kids are able to understand and do. And I do believe, looking at the reassessments that most of the kids have done, they all did better. And they all did quite a bit better the second time around. And that's what math is. Math's a struggle. And that's how you learn with math, is through struggle. And I think if the kids become used to, this is just the routine of, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to do my best to learn it. And again, when I get to that end of module assessment, I'm going to do my best, but I know I have that opportunity to reassess if I don't do well. I think that's gonna make kids feel comfortable going into those module assessments, knowing if I bomb this, have that other opportunity that I can work with this material a little bit longer and I can try again. And we're seeing all the kids that are trying again doing that. So I'm pretty optimistic that this is gonna work. I also think when they get to the second time around of taking an into module, kids knowing now, okay, these are the type of questions I'm going to see, and this is what I'm going to have to do to be able to get this test. I think we're going to see better results.
And did we put out to the parents about those practice questions? Because I wasn't aware until we had our meeting.
Right. We talked with the teachers last night. I think the teachers were gonna be putting something out about those practice problems themselves. Because all of them do something a little bit
I was gonna
different.
say, I think.
Yeah, they all
when-
do something a little bit different
Yeah.
with homework and how they do that. And so I didn't feel like that should come from me because that needs to come from
We
them
kind of
as far as-
determined there was a lot of miscommunication amongst the teachers
teachers
themselves
And
and just.
between me,
Yes.
that they thought something. They took directive that I had given them a literal bit too literally.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
And I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
I think once they get together and determine how they want to proceed as a whole, all of
Yeah.
them on the same
And I
page.
felt like they feel more comfortable.
Yes.
Don't you?
I
That-
felt like it was a very productive
I
meeting.
do too.
I
do
walked away
too.
from it feeling much
So did
better
I.
about
Yeah.
how they were perceiving everything too.
Yeah, me too.
So instead of optional, why don't they just make it? You gotta do it, cause I know as
Well,
maybe as a
and-
kid, you tell me
We talked-
optional.
we
And
I'm
that
not
was
doing it.
something too.
Yeah,
Talked
was
about
that-
Michelle talked about
Right,
that
you
too.
Yeah.
know, we talked about that
Yeah.
last night.
We had
Yes.
one teacher who was getting all of their homework back every day and the other teacher was getting no homework
No
back
homework.
because I think it was a difference in the way they were presenting it. So once they all get on the same
Same
page, I think it's gonna be a lot better.
Right, and that's what we talk, I'm all for teacher autonomy and teachers having, being able to make some good, use their professionalism and have good teacher decision making. But there are things, and I think you guys found this out last night, that we have to come in and get them together and get them on the same page, and we have to tell them this is how it's going to be done, because otherwise what happens is you get everybody going in different directions and you don't have consistency. And that confuses students and parents alike, especially like if you have a student in, let's say you had two students in the middle school and their teachers are doing something totally different, and they're grading something totally different. The grades then become meaningless and it becomes very confusing. And so this is why we need to come in and make sure that we're having some consistency between all the grade levels on how they're doing things, how they're grading, what they're giving, if they're giving homework, how they're grading the homework, is it required, all those types of things.
I can take us home.
No. You've been talking for quite a while.
Thank you.
Thank you. Section 9,
Does-
superintendent's
wait a minute,
report.
I was gonna say, does Andrea or Sarah have anything else they wanna add from last night?
I think I just said everything. Do you have
I'm
anything?
really glad that we brought the teachers in. I think that
And we had a productive meeting.
we very much so did. And it
Michelle,
gave them an
Thank you for the
environment to,
explanation. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
to talk, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, superintendent's report, discussion item.
Okay, sent mine out, this week. Just, I think, I just want to, reiterate, Alex Fouch, what he's getting done here to get the state in golf is a big achievement. And to breaking the school record, my hat's off to him. And I know he works at it. I know he plays a lot, so my hat's off to him. I want to thank all of our admin and our buildings. One thing I like to see during homecoming is that we build memories for our kids. And I had some teachers that sent me pictures from the parade of their kids getting candy and having a great time. And then another one sent me a film of them at the game and all these good things. So I just want to thank everybody for help create memories for our kids. And I know it's a stressful week for our admin. We started a little slow, But you know what? We picked up momentum and recovered and did really well. So I want to thank them for that. Just to give you a little update on, we have tried with the SRO situation to get here on this campus to work through Fulton County. And we are getting nothing. I've talked to 3 other superintendents within this county and have all had made suggestions to their sheriff's department in Lewiston, and they have no interest in partnering with us. So that's why we're going the local route here in Avon. And we hope to get something done with that. And we are very close to having one at the high school.
Actually, I got told today that, or yesterday, that, we have hired the gentleman we interviewed. I don't know if I can put his name on.
You
if I
could,
can.
sure.
Bob Schwartz is his name.
Mhm.
He is currently the, Galesburg,
Director of Security.
yes, Director of Security. He was an SRO. He's now over all the SROs in their district. So, years of experience, years and years of experience. He will be starting with us November 2nd.
Why does he want to come here then?
I think he's
Likes the
close to
superintendent.
retirement. I think he's looking for a place to like not have so much.
Okay.
Because he's in
Stress,
charge of all
probably.
the
In
schools
charge of all of them.
and all
Yeah.
the, not just SROs, but all the safety, all of the,
Right.
like everything, the fire drills,
Okay.
the whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
And he's like, I can help you guys start a new program here, as it's fairly, I mean, it's new to us. And, put a lot of things in place that you don't have currently, and that's what he's excited about, is building that for us.
So
Do
we
you have
be,
any connections of
Yeah.
anyone who would want to work down here?
Yeah, I don't know that, but I guess, yeah, now we can try that, yeah,
Many people.
yeah,
so he'd be heading in the high school,
nope. That's-
just the high
We
school.
have booths here.
Mhm.
We have
Not to
booths
say
at
he
the-
wouldn't
Oh, he'll go,
respond.
yes, if there's something
Yeah.
heading he needs to go to, he'll go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like
No,
he's
I won't-
barred.
No,
if
you
there's-
can't go.
Yeah.
No, but,
Yeah,
no,
no.
but, he'll be stationed at my building.
Sure.
Okay.
How's he dress every day? Does he wear a uniform or is he? just
He was
casual?
wearing-
I told you, full tactical gear.
No, he wears a radio, to my knowledge, a radio
Mm-hmm.
and a polo and dress pants, and, that's it.
Taser.
Soft clothing, that's what they call it.
Soft
Soft
clothing.
clothing.
Yeah.
It's not a
Who's
uniform.
even ready?
No
Yeah.
taser.
October 19th is Principals Week, so honor your principals, October 19th, it's that week. I guess we'll include the curriculum director in it.
you're gonna do all honor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, any questions for me? Financially, everything's pretty stable right now. October's a great month. Budget's in. We're working on our audit and we're moving in the right direction. So we'll have, next month we'll have, we always wait a month and then we'll have a budget update of where we're at right now. So what I have?
Okay. Action items, 11.1, consider approval for turf works quotation. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right,
What's this for?
This is a
start it down here and then you can,
it's for the baseball and softball fields, and it digs up. It does a number of things other than drag the field. It goes behind the gator. It can dig it up so we don't have the grass on it. Then it also smooths everything out to a nice level balance. The good news with those is we won't, and nobody in this room will have to worry about getting another one. They're very, very durable. They work very well. Jay Stevens did the work on that, and it is it can be used on baseball and softball.
Say again, what fields are this?
Baseball and softball.
it's an all-in-one
Yeah.
grooming, working, anything for the dirt.
Yeah.
It'll take care of anything for the dirt
Yes.
on both fields.
Yeah. Right now, they use a piece of fence, I think, to drag. It's really not very, yes,
Hey,
good.
after we do
That's what
this
they did
vote,
with
we
that
need to go back to the business. Chauncey just brought it up.
Okay.
Sarah brought it up to me.
Oh, Sarah
I
brought
didn't
it up,
approve
okay.
that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
that-
Gotcha.
We'll
Will do.
finish,
Thank you.
this.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's a good investment. Plus, if we ever had, if for any reason we would have a different surface, they're these things sell very easily.
We're buying something or we're just?
Buying
Buying
something.
it.
Buying it.
Okay, that's what I'm missing.
We're buying,
We're
yes.
buying.
Okay. And who does it? You're saying Jay will do it?
Jay and Rodney.
Ron, how
Both.
often do they do it then?
Well, this every game they drag it and
That's what it's for
Yeah.
every
It's
game.
for preparing dirt before the game. It's for
Okay.
chewing up the weeds out of the field. It's for dragging the field.
get you a little deeper cut there. It's pretty good.
Now I
It
understand.
does anything that we need to do to the dirt. This machine will take care of
Yeah.
all of the aspects of it.
Okay.
And
Now I
while we're
understand.
using that city ballpark, it needs it. Yeah,
It's another discussion.
yeah, I know, but I wanted to throw that in.
Thanks for putting that in there.
Probably like send your dad out to a field with field goal there for the winter annuals. Yeah.
Okay, David.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Rick,
Yes,
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries.
10.1.
All right, 10.1, new business. I apologize. I skipped over that. Current openings.
Special ed.
Third grade.
Any additional new business to discuss? Okay. All right, now we'll jump back down to 11.2. Consider approval for tankless water heater for Avon campus. Can I get a motion? I'll make the motion.
Second.
All right, are these are two separate
Yeah. They're two separate.
bids.
Right.
So one would be an 18 kW water heater that'll produce 5 gallons a minute. The other's a 6.5 kW that'll produce 2 gallons a minute. The 2 gallon a minute is $14.99. The 5 gallon a minute is $3,200. And you need roughly a $200 thermostat for each one.
Correct.
These guys putting it in.
Mhm. It's covering a grease trap.
The
For
old one
wa-
is right,
Right.
that we can't get to.
Right. So you can't get to the grease trap. Just to let you know, you have to. We get the other ones cleared annually. And Trevor told me he doesn't remember that one ever being cleared since he's been there. So we need to get it done. I would go with the larger.
We have one. at
I
Well,
would
home.
go with
it's sitting on top of it, so they don't see it. You know, that's the.
Oh.
I'm not sure why they did that. They did. So
So is there, we gotta pick or is it, we gotta have two? Which one?
no, it's just I would suggest a 3,200. He just gives you a couple of
Oh,
looks
okay.
there.
which
Yeah.
is the bigger.
The bigger
bigger one.
capacity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I say we go for the bigger one.
Okay, I agree.
I
Better to
agree.
future proof.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, any additional discussion? David?
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Rick,
Yeah.
Anthony,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. 11.3, consider approval for privacy screen outside of the fence for heading.
I would like to table that because I have not shown that to buildings and grounds yet. So if I could get a motion to table for next month.
All motion.
I'll second.
We will table that motion, or do we have to
You have to vote.
vote
Yeah,
on the
I-
table?
Yes.
Hold on a second. All right, myself, yes. Rick,
Yeah,
Anthony,
Yeah.
Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion's tabled. All right. 11.4, consider for approval the proposed change to the AHS Code of Conduct. I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about that, Bill?
Yeah, sure. We've been kicking this around a little bit, at least I have, and I guess I had talked to Brad about it. And then I waited, and then Christy and I it's something that's been on my radar for a while. I've done this at 2 other districts. The academic letter is for, we need to honor our kids that are getting good, doing well in the classroom. It's our purpose for being here. It is the reason, we exist, and it honors those kids with we give them a letter, it'd be a varsity letter with a lamp of learning on it, to designate what they're getting for that they're a good student. And then the addition, they can add bars to that, as things go on, but it is always something well received, as I think, we're very proud of our kids, as per the discussion we've had about math tonight, that provide our kids that do well in the classroom. And it's, this would give us that, power to do that.
Would that be like retroactive for a senior?
I will do it for the
who's-
entire high
Okay.
school.
Correct.
that we currently-
Yeah, we'll have quite a few here.
Yeah,
to
the
be-
first one will have
We'll have a lot. We'll have a
Okay.
lot. So
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely. We'll take care of those kids.
Any questions? David?
Anthony,
Yes.
Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes. Rick,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, we do need to go to executive session. Do you have anything for executive session?
No, just.
Do you have
personnel
anything
report.
for executive session? Okay. All right, can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Do you need any of us or we?
Unless you want to talk about the personnel report, no.
Oh, you need roll call?
All those in favor, signify by
Aye.
saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Okay.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Andrea,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Chauncey,
Yes.
myself, yes, Rick,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. I don't know why you guys stand out. Do you have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.